Same starting lineup as Sunday. Hey, why not stick with it? If it ain't broke, SMU winning 2-1 against Cal. Out for this game, L. Bissinger, another freshman, steps in. That means all four across the back line are freshmen. At Syracuse, just came up a little bit wide while forcing the keeper the wrong way, and also missed a wide open goal down the mouth of the goal as well, as this ball from Kassenfeld is deflected away. There you get a look at Juju Harris setting up for the corner kick, as Eddie Radwanski would love an early strike from his Tigers. He'll try to walk it in and relocate. Good opportunity here as this is flicked toward the goal and punched over the top.
His first one was a low line drive. Second one gets up into the air, floated into the box, and just not quite within range for Sammy Nieves, but that's who she was looking for at the back post.
Putting Lindsey Nicholson, normally a defensive midfielder, up at the striker position against Cal as Jenkins centers one in. A one-touch off the left foot by Tatum Short, and that was very dangerous as she was angling.
That is a beautiful volley here. As you said, one touching it out of the air. So easy to get. If you get under the ball just a tiny, tiny bit, it'll airmail and go a mile over the end line.
In both sports as a sophomore. So a championship pedigree for sure for Holgerson, who has been part of this Clemson program for the last 4 seasons, including on that College Cup team from a couple seasons ago, but now as the starting keeper for Clemson.
We talked about the youth on the back line, and we just saw a little bit of sort of veteran gamesmanship there by Jenkins as Sammy Nieves got around her, and Jenkins reached out and gave a little tug on that jersey. Not enough to draw a whistle, but enough to slow down one of the fastest players on the field. Really smart, savvy move by Jenkins.
Brooks off to Harris, misses, but it gets through to Small. Small has a great opportunity and whips it in. Rather, Tatum Short with the goal. Tatum Short with her first goal since November of 2023 as she rips one back post past Aubrey Brown to put Clemson in front 1-0.
Really nice. Really nice shot by Tatum Short here. First you see the centering pass that just gets relayed on, and Short looked like she might try to line up a left-footed shot, but let the ball roll through, cut outside of Claire Jones, and then goes across the mouth of the goal. That's a very difficult shot. Really, both teams have had some opportunities, but Clemson had put the ball into the box a few times, and it felt like one of these shots was going to get on frame sooner or later, and it turned out to be sooner, and it turned out to be a goal.
It's a goal for Tatum Short, her first of the season. The Tigers, who come in number 32 in the RPI. Record right at 500 at 4-4-5. And in addition to that, their strength of schedule has been staggering. 8th toughest schedule in the nation so far this year, and they've got the early lead on SMU. This free kick right in on Brown, testing Aubrey Brown, and she has to punch it away. Neely Kerr had gotten there. It would be 2-0 on a wonder strike.
Aubrey Brown looked like she hesitated for just half a second, as if maybe she certainly wasn't expecting the shot to come. And you could sort of hear the collective panic for just a second, but nice job by the Clemson defense to recover and help sort it out for their goalkeeper.
Back to live action. Great ball for Nieves. Popped in the air. Nicholson settles it down, hands it off to Gordon. Gordon with the drive, and SMU equalizes. A quick build-up through the attacking third after a turnover. Everybody got involved. Gordon, Nieves, and Nicholson. And it's Alex Gordon. Or Kelly Gordon, I should say. Kelly Gordon, one of the most dangerous players for SMU, scoring the first goal of the season.
Nice equalizing goal, and really Lindsey Nicholson is the one who creates the play because she settles it, sees a teammate out of their corner. We've talked about Neely Kerr being able to crank shots from distance. This isn't Kerr, but it's a dangerous spot.
Yeah, it is, and going over the goal. Right in that direction.
To pull the trigger from different angles, different distances, and the more shots you get, the more chances you have.
He's Steve Lansdale. I'm John Little. Our entire crew here in Dallas on the ACC network. SMU able to equalize late in the first half after the 15th minute goal by Clemson's Tatum short. Now we make it to the second half, and just such an imperative match for both of these teams. For Clemson, they're coming off their first conference win of the season last time out. SMU has picked up a couple conference victories, and they're about to go into an incredibly difficult portion of the schedule. They would love to be able to pick up 3 points tonight. Liz Eddy on the right wing, finding some space, looking to cross. She does, to the back post. The one touch is there for Sammy Nieves, and SMU strikes like lightning right out of the break. 2-1 Mustangs.
What a gorgeous finish by Sammy Nieves, but this serve by Liz Eddy. She gets around a defender and just ropes it right into the middle. That ball goes through a couple of defenders, and Sammy Nieves at the back post is the beneficiary of an incredible pass.
Liz Eddy is so dangerous on the right side.
Yeah, here you see Lindsay Nicholson finds her on the right, just a couple of steps toward the side.
And it's held up near side by Tatum short. Switches it back out for Jenkins. Jenkins has it blocked as Gordon was able to gobble up the space.
So often we get wrapped up in talking about fast players like a Samantha Nieves, like a Juju Harris or somebody, and we think about it in terms of racing toward an opponent's goal to try to score goals.
Of the remaining 4 teams on SMU's schedule is 9.5. As this is taken away by Tatum short at 2-on-1. Has Harris on her left. Can she get it that way? And it's going to be a foul inside the box. It should be a point to the spot, but as Haley Hartman came in and tried to take the ball away from short, contact. And of course, knowing that, does Clemson decide to do something different? As it's Kassenfeld, number 17, and Harris, number 19. Kassenfeld tries to go over the wall, and the wall is there, but Harris chips it back in. The header is in for Clemson to tie it up. Brown nearly reached it with a headlong dive, and that left hand. Short looking for a wall pass and able to connect. Ball back in the middle. Right-footed drive, it's tipped and over the goal.
Let's go, Lucky!
Looking for the lead, and Tatum short nearly had her brace.
Tatum short gets a half a step on Claire Jones.
Outside back for Clemson, throwing it in.
I think Jenkins has been terrific tonight. Her battle with Liz Eddy has been one of the games within the game that has been really fun to watch tonight.
Parkhurst signing for the vertical ball in the direction of Lee. Now the Tigers marching into the attacking third. Again, it's Tatum short out wide. She's been so dangerous tonight. Gives it a rip short off the woodwork. Hartman clears it. Claire Jones does the rest tonight for Clemson.
All right, here you see Short absolutely blast that post.
Just they're square at 2 with under 18 minutes left to play. Penrith trying to keep it in deep, and SMU able to do so. Nicholson plays it to herself. The left-footed drive skies it over the goal. Nicholson doesn't need much space to crank a powerful shot.
Nice job by Nicholson pulling the ball back and splitting a couple defenders, and then, as you said, drilling a left-footed shot. See if we've told this story tonight already before. Former defensive midfielder, holding midfielder, now playing up front, creating a lot of chances in the offensive end. She and Tatum Short have, at least for one night, fairly similar stories. Both made very significant impact on the offensive end for their teams in relatively new positions.
No, absolutely. They've been outstanding. Both teams going through some injury and attrition late in the season. Third ball, one here by Clemson. Kassenfeld moving her way to the middle, stopping on it. Now on her left foot, able to keep it in possession. Out wide. Menusos Off to Jenkins. Lee is able to knock it out, and Jenkins looked for the long throw with under 16 and a half to play.
Lee wanted the throw, but she didn't believe it. She didn't argue at all.
Nice ball by Juju Harris over the top. A race for it out front. And with Ungashik closing in, that one skied over the top by the freshman Costello. Miss personality on the team, says Eddie Radwanski. It's the player that just an absolute personality magnet.
It's hard enough to run onto a ball like that and get it on frame. But if you've got someone like Lydia Ungashik coming out at 100 miles an hour trying to erase the chance, it's really easy to get under it.
Here we go, another chance for Tatum. Short puts it in. It's her brace. The takeaway by Clemson. Juju Harris got it started. And Tatum Short, who has been dangerous all night, seemed due to make an impact within the final 20 minutes. And she slips it in past Aubrey Brown. Tigers in front 3-2.
Tatum Short has been absolutely brilliant tonight. Here she runs onto it, one touch to settle it, and her previous shots
make it a factor. She won't want to get it close to Nona Reason at 5'10", so she plays it out front. And Hartman joining the fray, and just a little too much on that touch. Hartman backs it up with 1:12 to play. SMU hunting the equalizer. Liz Eddy serves it in. That in-between ball right at the top of the crossbar and tracked the whole way by Nona Reason.
And you see the big smile on Reason's face as she jogs out all the way to the near side of the goal box. And at this point, the most important teammate for the Tigers is that clock ticking down in front of Moody Coliseum.
It's down to 40 seconds in Dallas. SMU striking early in the second half. Nieves, the quick finish inside in the 46th minute to make it 2-1, but since then, Clemson able to score in the 56th minute. Bissinger with the header, the second of her young career to tie it up. And then Tatum Short, the go-ahead goal for the Clemson brace. Just 12 seconds left. Yapic trying to drive it in toward the goal. 5 seconds. Headed just wide of frame. And that does it. Clemson completes the comeback in Dallas. Eddie Radwanski's return to where his pro career started.